Okay, we are at Music and Media in Finland, Tampere. Could you present yourself?
My name is Toomas. I'm an artist manager from Estonia. I have a management company Made in Baltics that represents three Estonian acts: Iris, Evert and the Two Dragons, and punk band The Bedwetters.
Yeah, thank you. And the first question is, why are you here in Finland at Music and Media?
Well, first of all, Music and Media is, in my opinion, one of the best places for me, for an Estonian manager to get new contacts, to do networking and present your music, because Finland is like the closest music market to Estonia. It's like Finns consider Finnish market to be small, but coming from an even smaller country, it's for Estonian acts, to come to Finland. It's a step forward, and Finnish people have always been quite open to accept Estonian bands.
Yeah, I think that lots of people from Estonia are coming to Finland for holidays.
Yes, and recently we've had.
I mean, you are really connected.
Yes, we are really connected.
And even the language is kind of similar.
They're from the same family language, or we understand Finnish language quite well, even if you don't speak it.
Yeah, I understand, because in Poland we have the same situation with Slovakia and Czech. We kind of understand people from these countries.
Action. Come on! YKK4
No ma lugesin 4 ja sa panid
peale laksu. Sa panid juba 5. peale. Sa panid peale 4.
Sa panid kala praegu.
Ma tegi enne nagu mingi
Ei olnud.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okei. YKK4
this talk with you. I hope you understand. I don't have any plans with you. I'm someone else's man. Oh, Jolene, why can't you see? Oh, Jolene, you cannot tell me, Jolene. It came as a surprise to you. No one could turn you down. There's nothing you could say or do to turn it all around. Oh, Jolene, why can't you see? Oh, Jolene, you cannot help me. Oh, Jolene, why can't you see? go to war with you over me. Oh, Jolie, it ain't no fight you could ever win. You shall see. She'll go to war with you over me. Oh, Jolie, it ain't no fight you could ever win. You shall see. She'll go to war with you over me. Oh, Jolie, it ain't no fight you could ever win. You shall see. She'll go to war with you over me. Oh, Jolie, it ain't no fight you could ever win. You shall see.
Hello, our Polish fans.
We're Everton the Two Dragons and we really need you.
And we really hope to see you next October in Poland. So, thank you.
Maybe could you tell a little more about plans for Iris, about exporting Iris, because I know that Iris become Estonian export product, even if I can say that. I mean product in a good way, yeah, not like to sell her.
I mean, it's things are going well with Iris. I think she kind of got the first spotlight at Telemusic Week in 2010, and from then on we've performed at Popcom Great Escape in Brighton, also here last year at Music and Media, and actually from Music and Media everything really started happening internationally. We many Finnish labels, booking agents approached us, and now she's signed to Finnish EMI, and the record is coming out in the beginning of 2012, so things are going well.
So you are preparing a tour, or just another exporting concerts?
No, definitely we are planning to tour next year.
Okay, thanks for chatting here, and maybe you could say hello to our Polish audience and fans of Nordland Art Festival, which is organizing in Łódź in Poland.
For sure. Well, best greetings to Poland and all the fans of Nordland Art Festival from Estonia. Check out Estonian music, check out information about the good friends of Nordland Art Festival, Telemusic Week, so enjoy music.
Music and Media gathers, first of all, 600 Finnish music professionals at the event, so it's basically the entire Finnish music industry. We are not a big country, but 600 people is everything from promoters to festivals to record labels to publishers to media to everyone around the business, managers, agents, so forth. And Music and Media has been going on for 22 years, so it's really sort of throughout the years honed its concept, and the seminar program is really exquisite. It's really well worked on. It really is the Academy of Music in Finland. In the past 7, 8, 9 years, it's also become the international window of not only Finnish music scene but also the northern dimension. There's a lot of Nordic people here, there's a lot of Russian, Baltic people here, so it's a lot of the internationals also come here to meet the key people from the northern dimension, so to speak. So it's basically a meeting place. Of course, it's about talking and discussing and meeting each other, but it's also really learning in different kinds of Q&As, panels, seminars, roundtables. There's all kinds of formats of meeting, from speed meeting to really small roundtable workshops. So it's a real academy of music. Tampere Music Award was first launched last year, and it went to Mr. Rein Lang, the Minister of Justice then of Estonia, now the Minister of Culture of Estonia.
This is the second year. Yeah.
Yes, and he's basically one of the founding and leading figures in the singing revolution of Estonia, with starting some of the most important festivals there and basically being on the front row of the singing revolution. And with this prize, we've also been able to celebrate the Northern Dimension at this event. And on top of that, we have also other competitions and prizes here. We have launched Innovation Forum for innovative music companies, and there's a competition called Match Point. So we basically invited from the Northern Dimension countries, so Nordic countries, Baltics and Russia, innovative music solutions to nominate themselves for the competition. The international jury chose 7 finalists. We have finalists from Norway, Iceland, Estonia and Finland, and they will receive a money prize. The winner will receive a money prize. These judges are some of the most influential figures in digital music globally. And then on top of that, we gave the Female Entrepreneur of the Year prize. And then, of course, in the Industry Awards Gala on Saturday, there's the Industry Awards, annual Industry Awards at the prestigious Tampere Hall. And it's a very, very important event and part of this whole event.
Okay, so where do you have time for rest?
In these 3-4 days?
Because it's after or before, because it seems that it's really huge. Like you have contests, you have celebrities here, 700 music delegates. And
the live music festival, Lost in Music.
Yeah, and the Lost in Music festival. So it's like really hard work.
Yeah, there's no rest in these 4 days. You know, you sleep before and after, but not during the event.
How long you are preparing this all organization stuff? I mean, because Music Export Finland is involved in all those activities.
Yes, of course. We have a fantastic team working on this. So it's both. There's 2 organizations: the Music and Media. I'm also a board member of Music and Media, and. They have their own organization basically preparing the event, and Music Export Finland runs the international part of it and the production of it. And we have a fantastic team of up to 7 people working on it for quite a while before that.
Okay, so it's you are like preparing this whole year.
Yes, to some extent, but these people also have 67 other projects to do during the year.
I run a company called Rockadillo Records and Rockadillo Production, booking agency management and record label, and I'm the chairman of Finnish Music and Media event.
Okay, which company organized music and media?
Yes. I'm in charge of the seminar programming.
Okay, let's talk about seminars then. You have really well organized and really good program of the seminars. Could you tell what will be the most two hits of those seminars?
Sorry, two
hits.
Two hits. Well, there are several, but normally, if you talk about the English language seminars, I think the celebrity interviews will be hits. They are always very good. We work really long time in advance to make sure that we get some very interesting industry legends who can share their experience and know-how about the music industry. This year we have, I think we have three very interesting international celebrity interviews. One with the legendary British promoter Harvey Goldsmith, who's the guy behind Live Aid and who's still active as a manager of Jeff Beck. And we have Artem Troitsky from Moscow, who's been since the 80s, if not the 70s, very prominent figure in Russian music and especially rock and experimental music scene as a journalist, promoter, agent, and he even has a boutique label. And then we also have Martin Mills, the head of Becker's Group, which is a huge independent record label with a record company with several very successful labels. For instance, the biggest hit lately has been the Adele album, which is 13 times platinum, and it comes from Becker's Group, and it's an independent release, so there's still hope for indie labels in this world. So those three, I would say, are really going to be hits this year.
Okay, and Harvey Goldsmith is the man who was promoting U2, Madonna, Coldplay. So it was hard to invite him, or it's like it's your contact, or tell us something about more about this.
Well, it's like we have. This is the 22nd time we do this event, and for the last 15 years at least we have had international guests, and everyone who has been here has liked it, and many are coming back, and so we have a good reputation and we have the contacts, and of course the people in our organizations who are into live music sector. We go to ILMC in London, International Live Music Conference, and we have heard and seen Harvey there many times, and through friends and connections.
I heard that this is a really big thing in London, International London Music Conference.
Yeah, and so we have the right connections, and then originally there was a plan that an English journalist would interview Harvey, but he suddenly got a new job and cancelled. So we had like 2 weeks time to think about who would be the right person, and then I was thinking, okay, there's one guy who I met recently again and who expressed interest to come back to Tampere, and he's a legendary promoter, also from the ILMC fame, and a leading promoter of live shows in Italy, Claudio Trotta, and he's such a funny guy that this interview is going to be very, very entertaining. So Claudio immediately said, okay, yes, I will come.
Okay, so
it was a personal invitation. I just sent him an email. I said, Claudio, can you save our ass and come and talk to Harvey Goldsmith in front of the public? And he said, of course, yeah, I want to come to Tampere.
Okay, nice. So all of those contacts were booked by you? I mean, for the seminar program?
Well, no.
And choose?
Also, Musek's Music Export Office is very active in their part they do most of the invitations for all these kind of new things like new media and synchronization things and all that, but they are part of our organization. Musex has 2 people in our board, so we spend now next week we will start planning for next year, and we meet regularly and then we come up with ideas. We go at least once or twice during the year away from the offices somewhere. This year, early in the year, like in February, we went to Edinburgh for a couple of days, and we just had a brainstorming thing, and then we made notes and we listed the names we want to have and the subjects we are talking, and then Musex started to contact, and they are using their contacts like Sat Bisla from Musexpo in LA, who knows everyone in the business. Sat has been very helpful working together with Musex Finland to get the right people here. Like Harvey now was on tour in USA with Jeff Beck, and he flew here, but he has also something in London on Sunday, so it was not such a big thing just to come to Europe. Because of that he could then stay in Europe, but he stopped his tour with Jeff Beck and rushed to Tampere.
My name is Tuomo Tähtinen and I'm the project manager of Music and Media Finland conference at Music Expert Finland.
Okay, so how long you are making this conference meeting festival here?
The conference is now 22 years old. On the international side, which we work on, we've been doing that for some years now, a bit less than 10 years, and it's been, from an international perspective, it's been growing each year. So it's looking really good right now.
Okay, and you are connected with the Lost in Music Festival?
Yes, it's currently Lost in Music is completely run and owned by Music and Media Finland. So yes, it's very much connected. Well, I think traditionally music industry has been quite bad at communicating what we do to anyone outside our business. What we've been trying to do is to actually communicate with several different government bodies, for instance, on how the business actually works, what the results of successful music expert could be, what the results of creating a solid export community are. What we do is that we constantly create or we've created a constant stream of communication with several different interest groups. For us, it's obviously a lot of the Finnish governmental bodies. Yesterday we had the Finnish Minister of Trade and Industry open our event. And we had also several others, ministry representatives present, and I think it's extremely crucial for us to explain what our industry is and what can be achieved. And it is definitely much more than just exporting the music. Of course, that's important, and that's what we aim at. We aim at increasing the amount of money flowing into Finland. But of course, there are a lot of secondary things that happen when, for example, an artist is successful abroad. And this is something that we've been communicating and researching a lot, and then we are constantly doing. It's a developing thing. It's not that we are at a point where we don't have to justify our existence anymore. Totally not. We have to justify our existence every day, and even more so because our in traditional terms our business is in decline. In my opinion, that's not true at all. But obviously that's how it seems from looking at the numbers only. Because traditionally we've been pretty bad at research and collecting data as well. We just collect the data of sold records, and that doesn't show what our industry actually is. And as we don't really speak the same language with our interest groups at the governmental bodies, we really have to build that bridge, and that's what we've been trying to do for the past 6 years of Music Expert Finland's existence.
So if I'm going to put my heart and soul into promoting an artist, I have to be passionate about it. And therefore I have to either like the music, and B, I have to like the artists. And that's been my position all the way through.
Yeah, you are promoting great bands like U2, Madonna, Coldplay. You are organizing concerts of them, Rolling Stones.
What? Some new acts.
And some new acts, yeah. So you are world. You are known at worldwide level, I wanted to ask. I wanted to talk about this because as an organizer, I'm also organizing the festival in Poland, and I also have this kind of feeling that. Sometimes we must work with the bands which are thinking only about money, and I think it's like it's really not. It's really for the short time. I mean, thinking, because
it is. But you know, if you're going to do a new festival, the first thing is you've got to have something that draws people to the festival, and then you've got to give opportunity for newer acts to play. And you've got to build a loyalty with those artists so they stay with you. That's important. I think that if you look back, the biggest artists in the world are those artists that developed slowly and built their career in a timely fashion, and also created and presented music that was strong because they had the time to develop it. And not everybody develops music on their first record or their first piece of product.
They have energy also.
Aren't that important anymore, but you know, across that way. And so consequently, I think we have to let artists develop naturally, and we're not doing that.
Yeah, but
Forcing the artists too quickly is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, to play the records, to publish the records, or to because everybody wants to sell them to make a profit, and etc. etc. Yeah, that's I think this is the most thing I remember. I will remember from your interview, and I think this is the essence of making. Yeah.
I mean, you know, I always say that you can't create to order. You can't write your best music because somebody says I need it out next week. You have to. If it comes from here, from the heart, from the soul. You know, I don't know what inspires musicians to write or to record, but when they do it that comes from the right place, it's fantastic. And when they're pushed to do something, often it's not very good.
Yeah, and the same is I think with the production of the events or gigs. When you are doing this from the heart and you have this time, it will be okay. When you are pushing something, it's getting messy.
Yeah, often it is that way, and you cannot. This is a creative business. You can't just do something for money, because if you pay too much to the artist because you think it's going to work, the chances are it won't work. So you have to build it up slowly, and you take a small success and make a bigger success and make a bigger success, and it just has to take its course.
Yeah, could you tell us maybe, for example, what was the biggest event? Because you are also producing the events.
I produce events all over the world. I suppose the biggest people event was when we did a big concert with Roger Waters at the Berlin Wall, called The Wall, just after it came down, and we had 400,000 people there. And then I did an event for Bob Dylan and Eric Clapton. We had 175,000 people. And obviously then with Live Aid and those kind of things, we did 10 concerts all over the world at the same time. So hundreds of thousands. So I enjoyed doing that as much as I enjoy working with a new band in a 200-seat club. It's, you know, it's about the relationship.
And what are your plans for few next years?
So I manage Jeff Beck, and he's working on a new album. We're trying to promote a band for New Orleans called Trombone Shorty, who's fantastic. I'm working with a reggae band called Big Mountain, who this week put out a new track, and I think it's going to be a hit. I have Cirque du Soleil coming to London, and I'm working with Jules Holland. I'm busy.
Okay, thank you very much for meeting you. It was really pleasure, and yeah, thank you. And it was really I learned really a lot from you. Yeah, thank you.
Pleasure. Thanks.
Thanks.
Cześć. My name is, well, to put it in Polish manner, it will be Artemiusz Troicki, and I come from Moscow, and I'm a journalist and radio DJ and TV presenter, a university professor, do a lot of things, most of which are music related, and I do them in Russia.
Okay, and you are receiving an award here for the music activity. Could you tell Polish audience more about your activity in Russia? Because in Russia and here you are just really popular. That's why you are receiving this music award for your activity. So could you just tell the story?
Okay, well, you know, I'm an old guy. I'm 56 years old now. So I've been doing all kinds of musical things in my life. I began as a rock journalist. Then I also started to organize concerts and festivals, and became involved in radio, TV, started to teach at a couple of universities in Moscow. And I was always promoting alternative music. In Russia, I've brought a lot of bands to Moscow and St. Petersburg. You know, some of them have been quite big, like Sonic Youth, Chemical Brothers, you know, Björk, you know, lots of them. And I've always have been, since at least 1985, a big fan of Finnish music. I think that in Finland they really have very interesting music scene. Most people know only Finnish heavy metal, but in reality there's much more interesting music in Finland. It's also folk, indie music, electronic music, all kinds of exotic things. And I keep bringing Finnish bands to play in big Russian cities. And well, I think this is probably one of the reasons why my Finnish colleagues decided to give me this award.
What can I say? I can say just big, huge, enormous kiitos for Music Expert Finland, for all my Finnish friends who are present here, some of them are not present here, and to Finland in general, because in fact I owe a lot to Finnish music. You know, I've started my work as a music journalist in Novo Stolito, you know, the non-existent country anymore, in the 70s. And at that time I was writing articles about The Doors, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, without seeing those bands playing live. You know, I only had records because I couldn't leave the Soviet Union. You know, I couldn't, you know, really go to concerts, unlike you, like the Finns. Now, and the very first time then I've had an experience of real live rock and roll was back in 1985, when we had a festival of youth and students in Moscow, and a Finnish band called Sielun Veljet came to Moscow. Ismo Alonka and Sielun Veljet. And this was the first time that I understood what real rock and roll is.
By the way, I have also brought one Polish singer to play in Moscow and St. Petersburg earlier this year, and it's a singer named Ramona Ray, and I like her very much. Bardzo piękna.
I think this contemporary music right now. It was like Ramona just came out. It was what was the year when you were exporting and promoting her?
Well, I've brought Ramona Ray to play in Moscow and St. Petersburg in, I think it was in May and June of this year, 2011. And this has happened because the composer and arranger who works with Ramona Ray, Igor Czerniawski, who used to be in a famous Polish new wave band, Aya RL, he is now with Ramona, and he is a very old friend of mine. He actually comes from Moscow. He was born in Moscow, graduated from the Faculty of Journalism at the Moscow State University, where I teach now. But he's living in Poland since the 70s, and he's a very good guy and a fantastic musician, I think. Yes, well, generally speaking, my musical career has started in 1975. This is when my first article about Western rock music was published in a Russian youth magazine. But with the Finns, I started to work after the youth festival in Moscow in 1985. You know, before that, rock music was more or less banned in the Soviet Union, and I was also blacklisted. But in '85, the Finns, they've brought a lot of very interesting artists to play in Moscow at this youth festival. And since then, I've started to collaborate with Finns, and maybe I've brought maybe 10 or 15 various Finnish acts to play in Moscow. But the Finns, of course, are not the only bands that I'm working with, because of course I've brought more bands from Britain, from America, from Germany, from Sweden. So unfortunately I haven't worked much with Polish musicians, although one of my first experiences when it comes to international music festivals comes from Poland, and this was, I think, in the beginning of 1987, when in Warsaw they've had a festival called Marchewka, and this was a great festival of alternative music, and I was there with a Moscow band which I managed at that time called Zvuki Mu, with Piotr Mamonov, the lead singer, a band which later has made an album with Brian Eno as a producer, was released on Warner Brothers in '89 or so. So yes, my music story with Poland has started very interestingly, and I knew some very good Polish music entrepreneurs like Walter Chełstowski, Piotr Kinicki, but then we all went our own ways, and I'm afraid that now I don't know much about music in Poland, although I'm pretty sure that there's a plenty of talented bands in Poland.
Yes, and if you would like to, if I would like to ask you about comparing Finnish market, Finnish music industry to the other music markets in other countries. How do you could you describe the cooperation with Finnish people? Is it like they are more open than other countries because you just cooperate with them for 26 years, if I understand the story?
Well, I think that the Finns are very good, funny, and at the same time very reliable guys. They are really good to work with, because in some ways they are like Russians. I mean, they like to have fun, they like to drink a lot, but unlike Russians who sometimes drink a lot and then forget everything that they had to do, the Finns, even after a very tough night, they wake up next morning and they start to work properly and do things. So I really enjoy working with Finns, both because of their working abilities, but also and primarily because Finnish music is really interesting.